Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. I'm Jackie.
And I'm Vinny.
Today we're going to let you guys know a little bit more about us as a couple and how we started dating and how we fell in love with each other. Alright, so we met about 5 years ago. We started dating in November, but we actually started talking / met in the beginning of October, end of September. We already knew each other because we go to the same church, but we didn't really talk to each other.
No, not at all. We actually started by talking. We didn't even meet before we actually started talking.
What do you mean?
We talked through the phone before we met for 2 weeks.
Well, yes, but we knew each other already. We had seen each other.
A few times.
A few times, yes. But
Once or twice.
We had seen each other in
And she ignored me all the time.
Yeah, in youth gatherings, so we had seen each other, but we hadn't really talked in person.
Yeah, she would ignore me. Every time I would try to talk to her, she would just turn away. Just kidding. I mean, we only met twice before we started.
No, I think we had seen each other more, but
I don't remember.
Barely. Yeah, I don't remember either.
We started talking, but at first it wasn't talking because I wanted to date her. I'm being completely honest.
Yeah, right.
I just wanted to talk to her, and I remember I messaged her and she would ignore me, and I was just like, okay, whatever. But there's this one day, she actually texted me.
I actually texted him first.
No, you didn't. I texted you first.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I texted you and then you ignored me. And then she texted me back after a couple days, and then that's when we started talking. This was beginning of October.
Yeah, I was playing hard to get. Well, not really. I wasn't interested, and he knows this. I wasn't interested at the moment. I didn't really want a relationship or anything. So I was like, this guy keeps messaging me. He was persistent, not that annoying persistent, because he wouldn't text me all the time, but he asked how I was doing, and just little things about school, and he showed that he cared, so that's what attracted him. What attracted me to him.
I wasn't creepy.
Yeah, he wasn't creepy.
Okay, you gotta be persistent. Like I said, I text her.
But not in a creepy way.
Yeah, I texted her a couple times and she showed interest. That's when I was like, okay, this is the one, And after a month and a half after that, we started dating. I went and talked to her parents and everything.
Yeah, it was fast. Yeah. It was because, my parents, they really wanted to know if I was talking to someone, and they kind of wanted to know if I was dating. But we weren't dating, but we were talking. So I kind of told him well, if you want to continue talking to me, you're gonna have to come talk to my parents. So he did. So we started that. We talked. It was 2 to 3 weeks that we were talking constantly.
Yeah, more than a month.
Yeah, and then you came over the house and you talked to my parents. So during that first year, we didn't really talk about marriage because we did have our differences, and we would think the way we thought about things was very different. So actually that first year was a little bit kind of a learning year for us to learn about each other and how we thought about certain aspects of life. So during that first year, we didn't really talk about marriage, but as that first year went by, we started realizing that we really liked each other, and we would talk more about if we wanted to have a family, and if we wanted to have kids, or if we were gonna get married.
After 2 years, that's when I proposed to her. I don't blame people who rush and get married within 3 to 6 months. That's totally fine. I don't condemn them. People do whatever they want, but in our case, we felt like we had to wait.
Yeah, we felt like we needed that that time for us to know each other. And
first, I was too young. Mm-hmm. I was 17 when we started dating. I mean, almost 18. Right?
Yeah.
But second, she was in college.
Mm-hmm.
She was her second year of college. So there was these two factors that I was no, we're not ready for this. And some people are ready, so they just know that
They know that they can get married, but we didn't. We weren't ready, and we knew our limits. So it's good, like, because like we're saying, we talk to each other. So it's good for you to know, as a couple, for you to know your limits, for you to know like your weaknesses and your strengths, and when you feel ready. You know, like I said, in that first year, we didn't talk about marriage because we both didn't feel ready. And then once we started to know each other more, that's when we started feeling ready. So he proposed at our second year, and he actually left because he joined the military. For you guys that don't know, he's in the military, he's in the Air Force. So we got engaged, and then he left, and I only saw him again after like 6 months. No, I actually saw you after. I saw you
2 months and then 6.
I saw him after 2 months for a little bit, and then we stayed 6 months, and I was finishing school and planning the wedding, and he was far away. And then,
don't get me wrong, I was planning too.
yeah, he was planning too. And then in October of 2017, we got married, October 29th.
So yeah, one thing that we wanna show in this video is like, know when you're ready to get married. Some people say that it's good to wait. Some people say it's like do 6 months. It's really up to the couple to decide that. There's no like right or wrong. Like, no, you gotta find the right time, I feel like. Because for us, we had to wait 3 years. For some people, they only wait 6 months. So.
Yeah, and we know we have friends and couples that got married within knowing like 6 months of each other, and they have a great marriage, and you know, have kids and everything. And like we even mentioned in our last video, how we shouldn't let people, like, negative opinions and other people's opinions affect your marriage. It comes into this video as well because yeah, some people, like, we waited 3 years, and some people don't wait, and some people don't even want to get married because they want to travel. So it's really up to the person, you know. Nowadays, society sometimes kind of forces that idea of you have to get married or you don't have to get married. So we just want to bring to you guys the idea of you decide as a couple, as an individual first, and then as a couple.
As a couple, and always seek God. We
Definitely.
actually didn't mention that, but we, like, this whole relationship, like, before we got married, we're already got like God-centered relationship.
And we would always go to church with the same thinking, like to understand the same things.
Yeah, we knew that God was in this relationship, so we wanted to wait, and we seek God, and it was a confirmation, like, from God too. So don't be, like she said, don't get negative people influence your relationship, or even like some positive people, they actually want you to get married like soon.
Yeah,
just go on your time and God's time. Like, always wait on God's time.
Yeah, it's funny because every time you start dating, everyone is like, oh, when are you gonna get engaged? When are you gonna get married? Then you get engaged, when are you gonna get married? And when you get married, we all know everyone asks when you're gonna have kids. So it's really everyone else just pressuring us and asking us questions. But
just seek God.
If you seek God, and if you're centered in what you know and what you want, if your plan is to travel and go to new places by yourself to discover yourself, like, that's awesome too. I admire people that do that because they learn so many things doing that. But if you meet the right person and you think is the right time to get married, and you know that God wants that in your life, then go for it. Get married young. But if you also want to date for a couple of years, you know, it's up to you.
Just have that relationship with God, and everything will be fine. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with your whoever needs that to hear this. But
yeah, and also leave comments down below, and if you guys have any questions about our relationship. We know we didn't really go into details, but we're trying not to have really long videos. But if you guys have any specific questions, like how he joined the military, and we are a military family, he's still in the Air Force. If you guys have any questions about that, you can always ask us, and we'll try to answer in a different video. But we hope you guys liked this, and we'll see you next time.
See ya.